All right, so today is September 30th, the last day in the month of September 2025, and we're having an afternoon analysis session. We are expecting some news events, as the day progresses. Please, if you have your microphone on, kindly mute it so that it doesn't cause any distraction. So this afternoon by 1:50 p.m., we're expecting a speech from the ECB President Lagarde. That's the European Central Bank President Lagarde will give a speech by 1:50 p.m. and we expect impact on the euro pairs. And by 3 p.m. today, that's roughly some 2.5 hours from now, there'll be two news events from the United States. That's the JOLTS job opening and the CB consumer confidence. The job opening is a high impact event, while the CB consumer president is a medium impact event. And later today by 4 p.m., we're expecting a speech from President Donald Trump. So we expect activity on the dollar this afternoon session. I will look briefly at what to expect on the dollar. But then I'll just switch over to the charts now so that we can look at the technicals. Now for the technicals, I'll be looking first at gold. Now, we have a bullish outlook on the dollar for the week. If you joined the analysis yesterday, that was my projection, a bullish outlook on the dollar. And if you have a bullish outlook on the dollar, technically, the anti-dollar pairs like GBP USD, Euro USD, they're expected to go bearish, and that also includes gold. Now, gold is already reacting to that. We can see a very sharp drop earlier today on gold. Gold dropped today to the tune of about 600 and about 700 pips in the last 4 hours. Now that actually is very massive, and when it dropped, it also formed a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, which might lead to a further decline. Though it's possible that we see a retracement before that decline, because gold currently is trading at a psychological level of $3,800 per ounce. And that level is now acting as a kind of a support. So we may see, this is my view of gold, price dropped. We may see a retracement, and from this retracement level, two things are possible. Possibly price goes back up, or if it breaks below that support, then we may see a decline. Now, why will gold go up? There are a lot of issues going on globally now that might affect the price of gold going up. Recently there was a United Nations event last week, and some decisions were reached between forming a two-state nation for Israel and Palestine. Now, some countries are, in support of that, while some are not. And so that is creating some tension in the market as we speak. And recently also in the United Kingdom, I don't know if you are conversant online, there is the issue of digital ID. Currently, there is a protest going on in the UK about the citizens saying they don't want to be a part of the digital ID, which is being promoted by the government. The government is saying they want an ID that is general for everybody, which can be used to curb immigration, those who came in curb illegal immigration, and it's going to be a general one for everyone that will put together all your data for your medicals, your finance, and every other, your social media, everything coming under one umbrella. Now, people are seeing it as a form of control from the government. So there's already a protest going on. And all these kind of events can lead to a possible bullish continuation on gold as an instrument. So if you're trading gold, I will advise you exercise caution on gold at this moment. Okay, thank you, Mr. Dauda. I took survey about it. Okay, so are you in support of digital ID or you're opposing it? Don't forget we're in Nigeria. At this moment, it doesn't affect us. It's equally UK. Though it will become a global thing someday, but for now, at least UK is the one that is still battling the whole thing. So all this can give rise to a strength in gold, and gold might go higher. You support it? Oh, that's good. It's a free world. So gold is at a point where it's very critical. Back to this psychological level, we may see a breakout upwards, but then if price breaks below this current level, we may also see a decline. So at this point, if I were you, I would just want to stay out for now until I understand what the market is doing. And don't forget also later this afternoon, there'll be a news from the US by 3 p.m. and by 4 p.m. there'll be a speech from President Donald Trump. Trump moves the market. So be very cautious around gold and even the major currency pairs at this particular point in time. But other currency pairs that might still move today, regardless of the news, I'll be looking at the Euro JPY and the GBP card. Now, for the Euro JPY, it's a swing setup, and I mentioned it in my analysis yesterday that we're expecting a bearish breakout. The breakout already happened. We have a resistance on the weekly time frame. You can see up there, price hit a resistance on the weekly time frame. And on the 4 hour, we're expecting a bearish breakout. Price has broken out clearly below the falling wedge pattern, below the lower trend line of the falling wedge pattern. I'm anticipating a further breakout of price downwards on Euro JPY in the course of the week. However, it's also possible price may go back up to retest the trend line before the decline. Now, if that happens, then we'll have seen the formation of a clear-cut head and shoulder pattern, which will ensure a further bearish breakout on the Euro JPY. So if that happens, we're expecting price to target the following levels as the decline unfolds. Price may drop to Fibonacci 50 at around maybe like 60 pips, Fibonacci 61.8 at about 100 pips, and possibly Fibonacci 78.6 at about 180 pips. That's if the volatility is really, really high. It may get to that point. But generally, I hold a bearish outlook on the Euro JPY. If you have to trade this instrument, please trade with extreme caution and make sure you have proper risk management in place. If you are not a swing trader, please stay out. This is strictly for swing traders. Now, for day traders, but if you want to trade it in line with your own strategy, even as a day trader, you can. Just make sure you apply proper risk management. Now, GBP card is an instrument I've been watching since yesterday, and I'm anticipating a bearish movement on it in the course of today. For GBP card, on the daily time frame, we can see that price closed as a rejection candle yesterday. My system is not updating at this moment, but then this candle here from yesterday was a rejection candle that closed yesterday. But the important part is actually that on the 1 hour time frame, we have a confluence at this point, a descending trend line with a support turned resistance. So everything gave us a confluence at this point and the formation of a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and we're expecting a final, excuse me, a final drop on GBP card in the course of today. So that line I put there just now is the neckline region. So if price breaks out below this neckline region, we're expecting a bearish movement on the GBP card. And the profit potential on this will be in the range of about 15 pips to Fibonacci 50 and about 30 pips, or let's say 35 pips to Fibonacci 61.8 and about 60 pips to Fibonacci 78.6. So between 15 and about 60 pips is possible on this instrument before the end, excuse me, before the end of day today. So let's watch out for the breakout on GBP card on 1 hour time frame. If you're a day trader, I will encourage you to put your attention on this particular instrument. Dauda, which app can I be getting news that can be affecting? Just you can get the updated news from CNN.com/money, fxstreet.com, like somebody posted there, these are good sites where you can get updated news that is happening globally, affecting the forex market. All right, so these are the instruments I want to show this afternoon. Like I said, be cautious around gold. We're bearish on Euro JPY on 4 hours, and we're bearish on GBP CAD on 1 hour. If you have any question, you can post it. I'll respond to you as we begin to round up. All right, so in the absence of any question, I will encourage us to trade safe as we.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I don't know if you can highlight the BTC USD for us too. Sorry, sir.
BTC USD.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm having some issue with my network. My MT4 is not updating, and my internet is up. So I'm not seeing what is the real-time market movement on this asset as we speak. You can see this is a BTC on 1 hour. Price has dropped here. At least that's what I'm seeing. But on 4 hour, that one is not there. So I don't think I'll be able to take your question because I'm not really seeing the charts clearly. My MT4 is not updating. It could be network because I've refreshed it multiple times. But then if that is what has happened on 1 hour, so let's just see. Okay, let me check my phone. Well, let me just so
Thank you,
that
sir.
I can get some updated movement. Okay, I think it's my MT4. The same thing is happening on my phone. It's not updating likewise. Okay, let me ask you, are you on a trade on BTC, man?
Yes, sir.
Are you buying or selling?
I'm on a sell, sir. But on tier 4.
On what, man?
On a time frame 4.
On the 4-hour time frame.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I'm not. My charts on both phone and on both the phone and the system and all this. But what I can, since the last movement on 1 hour is indicating a decline here, I think I might update later, but I think it might be trying to form an inverse head and shoulder. So if you're on a sell, are you in profit?
Not yet, sir.
Maybe. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Can you remove this? Just hold on.
Thank you, sir.
Can you put it on 4 hour? Yes, BTC USD. I'm checking with someone's phone now. It's just like I'm anticipating it might reverse. It's trying to form, the 1 hour it dropped. Like I said, it dropped. So, because this is clearly showing you an inverse head and shoulder. So it might be getting ready to reverse back upwards. But then let me check other parameters here.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
The
sir.
daily. All right, so on the weekly time frame, it actually last week closed touching the tip of this support zone.
Yes, sir.
So with that support on the weekly, we might be getting ready for a bullish movement on the 4 hour. So that's that support zone below.
Yes, sir.
And This is trying to form an inverse head and shoulder. Price may be reversing upwards now. I will advise you apply proper risk management just in case that is what happens. If
Yes,
this
sir.
forms an inverse head and shoulder, then it will be getting ready for a breakout to the upside.
Yes, sir.
Did you get it now?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right.
It was selling earlier this morning, but just as you say, it's like because it has been hanging around that place for a long time. So maybe that is what it's trying to reverse.
All right. Dada is asking, what are the 3 pairs for beginners to make money trading
Thank
trend
you very
line?
much. I'm grateful.
You're
Thank you,
welcome,
sir.
ma.
I'm grateful.
Trading trend line and levels. I would say that for beginner traders, make sure that the major currency pairs are your focus. Euro USD, GBP USD, USD, USD JPY, USD CHF. But then if you're looking at trading trend line and levels, you may not just focus on this 4 alone. Just focus generally on the major currency pairs because all of them will not give you signal every day. So you may have to just, check different of these currency pairs, the major currencies. That's the ones that have the dollar to see whichever one is applicable to trade. All right. I'm ending the analysis here. Do trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.